Hi friends, I'm the vegan. A celebration day. I have papaya. That's a celebration, really. Papaya is one of the greatest fruit on planet Earth. The most favorite one, though, I have to admit, is mango. I almost have made a mango recipe today, but I found this. It was the first I had to open here, and it completely convinced me that there's no other idea in my mind. When I see this beauty, it's a whole papaya, but it's not a big one. It's a small one like this. Yeah, and you see, beautiful orange color, and it is packed with nutrients. It is super high in fiber, and it really has also this orange color. You see, this is called lycopene. Lycopene is a carotenoid. That's one of the most famous phytonutrients. That is the nutrients that only made by plants, and they are super helpful in our health. We didn't know so far, but now we know some of these phytonutrients. There are hundreds of thousands of them. Each plant can have thousands. Really, it's an amazing thing. We now learn that some of them can even be as important as vitamins, and that's why vitamins got their name. Vitamins come from the word vital, and vital means necessary for life. You need to eat vitamins to survive. That's what the word vitamin suggests. Yeah? And we always thought, okay, there are a certain number of vitamins, that's what we need, and the other nutrients are secondary. But the phytonutrients, hundreds of thousands, some of them may be even as important as vitamins. So we learn so much now. Vegan food inspires not only to me, making so many more recipes, every day a new recipe. Also, I learned so much. And it's science. Just a fun fact, today I make a very simple dish. Just papaya, salt, lemon. That's it. It's a classic in Mexico. A woman once told me when I was shopping, I got a papaya or a mango, I don't know what it was, and talking about something with another customer. She came by and said, oh yeah, we do it in Mexico all the time. Just papaya, salt, and lemon. That's it. Off she was. I was inspired. Today I do it. It's super delicious. I show you. It's wonderful. And I want to tell you something about the fruit and the salt. This is a dish mainly with fruit and salt. And there is a long story about it. Huge science, huge controversy in the science and business world. The salt companies, the meat companies, and the animal product companies, they all wanted to us to believe that salt can't be too much. We need so much salt. They fought about it. Now, of course, science won, and we know that reducing salt, for example, in the US, I just read a study, reducing salt intake for every American person for a half teaspoon every day, only a half teaspoon, would make such a big change. A biggest change as reducing smoking or other things like that, as much as that. So that's the biggest factor. One of the biggest factors is salt for the regular diet. Yeah, and we need a certain amount of salt. Our physical body, is made so that we need the salt to survive. Yeah, salt has been gold. Literally, it had the value of gold in ancient times because it was vital. People understood, and they didn't have so much salt. Today we know scientifically about 6 grams salt is what we usually need in a day. Every organism, that's maybe a little bit less, some say less, because the heart disease makes it even a little bit more important to go reduce it. And so the evidence now that salt is sodium brings the blood pressure up. That is there, the evidence. There is no doubt anymore. And so we know more. And dietary guidelines now say 2,300 milligrams of sodium every day. We shouldn't have more. And that is about 6 grams of salt. If you buy the salt in the shop, you have 6 grams, and that is what you need in a day. And if you reduce your intake by just, not you, the average people, of a teaspoon, half a teaspoon, that would make the huge difference, because that is so important. And the study says 5 million people every year die because of salt, too much salt. 5 million. And then another one, 4 million, too much sugar also. No, too little fruit, the other way around. Yeah. So eating too little fruit is the biggest cause of death. Yeah, that is 5 million people. Now I get the numbers right. 5 million people die every year because they're eating too little fruit. That was the fruit part. Yeah, so eat more fruit for sure. And the other 4 million people die because they eat too much salt. That was I get it right now. I hope so, but I can look it up. It's but these huge numbers, you know. So too much salt is really a problem, and too little fruit is even the bigger problem. I have in this food, I put salt into my food, yeah, and you should be cautious, because the best advice for scientists and doctors would be don't add salt to your food at all. But that is based on the assumption that most people eat processed food. They buy ready-made food. And there's always a huge amount of salt. You can't even do that. You can't even reduce your salt intake in a sufficient way to become healthy with the salt, regarding the salt, by just reducing a little bit. It doesn't matter, because you have so much processed food. So what I do, I usually eat almost no processed food. I have all my fresh food. And the studies also says that the only group worldwide of people who have a perfect salt intake, that means below 2,300 milligrams sodium, that is 6 grams salt, the only group are the plant-based people, the people with a plant-based diet. They are the only ones. See? So we are better in that too, yeah? Right? Go vegan. You can't get it wrong. So, but I take no salt, so almost, yeah, in my processed food. I get no processed food, almost. A little bit, of course, here and there. But I add a little of salt to my food. Only a little bit sometimes. And you do it consciously, yeah? You make a sum, you look what kind of salt you have. You can check if you want with a calorie counter, and go to Facebook or to the internet and look for the dates, how much salt is in the food you eat. Can be fruit, can be vegetables, whatever you have, and you shouldn't go over 2,300 milligram sodium. Yeah, and you can do that if you want. Yeah, I just say I'm perfect with my whole food plant-based diet, and I add a little bit of salt here and there, and that's fine. So what I do now is I make the most delicious food in the world. I have this papaya. I peel it first, and then I cut it in half, took out the seeds, and cut it into quarters, and then I sliced the quarters, and then have these shapes. And that's a perfect shape for me. I like this shape. It's a little bit bigger, yeah, than when I would make a fruit salad. Yeah, just these pieces to eat. I could have a whole papaya and be done for my main meal. Maybe later I have a salad or something else, a green salad or so. But for this meal, papaya, I don't need anything else. And that lady from Mexico told me they do the same thing there. Nice people. I like Mexico. I have to go there once. I haven't been there before. Let's see. It's not far from California, where I have been sometimes. I have some friends from Mexico there, but myself, I haven't been there so far. But the food must be amazing. I will make some more of these. So papaya is definitely they like it a lot there. Now I have a little bit of Himalayan salt. That's not even half a teaspoon here. It's not much. And I have 1 lime juiced, yeah, and that's all I need here. So first I put the lime on top, the lime juice. I just sprinkle a little bit on all the papaya pieces. That everything now is a little bit wet with the salt, with the lime, and now I do the same with the salt. And then, because the salt, the lime juice makes the papaya wet, now the salt can stick to the papaya pieces, and that's how I get the best flavor out of it. So you're very good with fruit. But you know what? One thing about that study about I told you about by Dr. Greger, it's published. You can read it. Not the study, but the report about the study. And they're pretty accurate. Yeah, these are very professional people there. Very grateful for their service. So one thing they said also, because they said about the carotenoid, the orange color in food, like tomatoes, guava, papaya, this orange color in tomato there's most. What that does to the people is it reduces depression. That is so cool. If you take the orange color out of the papaya and put it into a pill, you eat the pill, you won't have any effect. Depression does not go away with pills from this phytonutrient, from this orange color, from this lycopene. No, it doesn't work. It only works if you eat the fruit. And that is part of the reason why fruit is so important for the health. Eating too little fruit causes depression, actually. That was the result of the study. And depression is one of the main causes. Suicide, one of the main causes. You know, all the other causes for premature death, yeah, they go down when they counted it. But with one exception, that was suicide and depression. That is constantly on the rise. So that was also the result of the study. I find it so interesting. And the remedy, the best remedy is, above of course meditation and these things from the food, fruit. Fruit makes you happy. Isn't that cool? I mean, that's so much how I feel. And reading these studies is just a little reminder that it's even based by science. You know, I love my fruit. I love the colors. I enjoy watching them. I smell them. I have the flavors. I combine them, play with them, be creative with them. That makes me happy. And our science tells us, yeah, that's the main cause. Eat more fruit. Isn't that wonderful? So I have this wonderful fruit and I'm looking forward to know even more about it. And well, I put it into a glass like this and serve it to myself. And you can do the same. Or try another fruit. I will have more of these recipes that are so simple and make me so happy. And the more I learn about fruit and plant food here, the more I feel inspired. Isn't that nice? So easy, super healthy, and so much fun. Yeah. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy. Yeah. Feel inspired. It's a very simple food and it's so much fun, so easy. Yeah. Doesn't take time at all. Just, you know, a little bit working with the fruit. That can be a little bit annoying. You have to peel it, you have to seed it, and then, you know, this is a little bit of work. I know fruit salads are among the most work-intense dishes to me. Yeah. Fruit is, yeah, there's so much to do with them. Yeah. But it's so much worth it. I love it so much. There's so much more to explore. Okay, again, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you like my video, subscribe MD Vegan on YouTube. Have another recipe every single day and find me on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and Twitter.